What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, and yeah, it's a chaotic time right now in Canada. It's a chaotic time if you are keeping up to date with world events, especially the news and the tariffs, and oh my lord. And I just finished at a possible listing appointment here with a seller, and everyone's talking about this, right? Because it's all you see. If you go on any social media, even if you're looking at the television, you're at the dental office, all you see is this tariff news, right? And this tariff news is really causing sellers to start to panic. Like, I'm starting to feel definitely this sense of panic amongst sellers, right? Because if someone has their house on the market or they're thinking of selling right now, they're just like, woof. They see other markets are going down. They're seeing their stock portfolio start to drop because the tariffs are now on and off and on and off. There's so much uncertainty with this, right? Trump is now like taking these almost like insane back and forth actions, and it's having these ripple effects across the whole world and across different markets and across how businesses are operating right now. And so now, this is obviously translating over to the real estate market, right? And we're even seeing, bond yields start to drop now. So, interest rates for sure. And I've said this probably on this channel and in other content that I put out, is that interest rates for sure are going to go down this year, right? These tariffs are now in place. And now he's bumping up to like 50% on like aluminum and steel and all this stuff. And oh man, and now Ontario's retaliated with the electricity tariff. So this is gonna be messy, right? And it's only looking like it'll get worse, right, with every coming day and every coming week. And so again, interest rates will drop because this uncertainty is going to create chaos amongst all the markets, including real estate in Canada, right? So it's probably going to force prices to go down, even further down than where we've already been now since the peak of the market in 2022. And so, yeah, sellers are now thinking, look, okay, if we need to get cash for this asset, we need to sell, we got to lower our price, because that's the only way it's going to happen. You look at the condo market, oh man, thousands of condos are now sitting on the market in Toronto, and those are going to continue going down in price, because that's the only way that people are going to sell them, is they keep dropping their price to like outcompete other condos, because there's thousands of them, right? But if you have a decent property in the GTA, it should maybe continue holding its value. Maybe they'll go down slightly more, right? But I think across the board, all real estate in the GTA in Ontario is going to go down. How much it goes down, we don't know. But with these tariffs and all this uncertainty and all this retaliation, all this political stuff, and it's just everywhere, and it's like the media is just running with it, it's gonna get worse. And if you're a seller right now, and you need to sell, you have to have a strategy that prepares you for this uncertainty, and you have to know what you're doing. Me and my team, we've dealt with these situations, and we're currently dealing with sellers in these situations. So if you need any assistance, please reach out to myself. My number is in the bio. Send me a message, text me, call me, whatever. We can meet with you, because selling right now is the challenge, and it's the strategy around how you go about doing it, because market value and appraisal value, these things really affect what you can sell your home for. Let's say you think your home is worth $600,000, appraisal comes in at $550,000. Maybe even if you get an offer for $600,000, the buyer still's got to come up with that $50,000 to make up for the difference, right? The lender and the banks will only lend on appraisal value in this market, and that's changing the dynamic of everything. So, the buyers are still out there, but the buyers got all the power, right? The buyers are negotiating downwards. They have that advantage in the marketplace right now. So as a seller, you have to be very, very careful and very strategic about how you go about selling your property, right? If you're a buyer right now, it's a great time. It's a fantastic time. But the selling process is a whole other beast right now. And it's very interesting to learn and see these things happening right now, because things have shifted so much from just a few years ago. And I personally think, you know, with everything happening, you know, and now even, you know, even if you think about like what's happening with our own government in Canada, right? You know, now there's a chance we might even get another liberal government at the end of the year. And, you know, the Liberals have a new leader, and I don't want to get too political in this video, but, you know, who knows what happens if that outcome happens, right? That could lead to other scenarios, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter who gets into office. I think we kind of have now established that, you know, the guy who's the president of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump, will do anything he wants, and he'll negotiate and do his tactics, and he's just creating like turmoil right now, literally. And I had a feeling, and I read this from some economists that said, look, the U.S. has trillions of dollars worth of debt in the United States. Could Trump be, you know, doing this on purpose to literally crash the markets, to force interest rates down so that the U.S. can pay off its debt quicker, right? Because, you know, they can somehow manage to just pay less interest, right, on all their debts, all their national debts. And this stuff is way above my head, and I like to think about it sometimes. But at the end of the day, if you're a buyer and seller in real estate right now, you're thinking about these things. Maybe if you're a buyer, you're like, oh, you know, maybe I'll wait a little bit longer, because if prices go down further, I can save another 30, 50 grand, right, on this condo or on this home or this detached home or this townhome. So things are changing. It seems like we're getting like months and weeks of news in like hours or days. Like things are just changing day to day, hour to hour, and it's kind of nuts to see it, I'll be honest. And sellers in the real estate market definitely are thinking about it. And so you have to be very careful and strategic when you're selling right now. Obviously marketing is important, but also how you position the pricing and how you just how you price, I think, is so important right now, because you don't want to underlist too much, you don't want to overlist, you want to be in this really good sweet spot, and you want to find that good buyer. And obviously the buyer's gonna have more advantage, but you just want to play this game a certain way right now as a seller. Like, it's so different. And so that's where we are right now at this stage of the market. And you know, I'm going to try to make another update maybe in a week's time and see where we're at. But that is the current state of everything right now. And again, my thoughts, we're going to see home prices continue to go down. How aggressively and how far down, we don't know. And I think obviously rates are going to go down with these tariffs. If the economy in Canada slows down even more, they're going to have to drop rates possibly 1.5% from where we are right now. So it's going to go policy rate from 3% to 1.5% by the end of the year. It could happen. We could see these giant rate cuts now from the Bank of Canada. I think the Bank of Canada does their announcement tomorrow, March 12th, right? So I will definitely be making a video tomorrow about that. I think they're cutting for sure. Could be now a 0.50 cut, right? Could be definitely going to be at least a 25 basis point cut. Could actually be a bigger one now, because we're seeing even more uncertainty coming out of the United States government. So I'll keep you guys up to date. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.